What's up guys, my name is Jeroscope, and today I'll be reviewing what I think is the best free-to-play game of all time. And it's not League of Legends. I fucking hate League of Legends. Bite me. No. Today, I'll be talking about Planetside 2. Planetside 2 is a free-to-play MMO FPS that takes place on the planet of Araxis, a colony world cut off from Earth. The factions that were originally united split off and created the constant war that you're fighting today. When you first log in, you'll be greeted with, "Oh my goodness!" Yeah, Planetside is a big game, and it's going to take a while to patch, so you'll be sitting there for a while. After the patch, you can select one of the 3 factions. The Vanu Sovereignty are a collection of scholars and scientists who first uncovered the ancient Vanu artifacts that led to their uprising. They believe that humanity must evolve or be exterminated. Using their newfound technologies, the Vanu use plasma and laser-based weapons that run off of battery packs. The Vanu's exclusive vehicles are the Magrider and the Scythe. The Magrider is a hover tank that can traverse any terrain with relative ease, and the Scythe has unparalleled turning ability, making for extremely maneuverable vehicles. If you believe knowledge is power, pick Vanu. The new conglomerate is an army of freedom fighters who believe in freedom over oppression, and will stop at nothing to ensure that freedom. Using spare parts and stolen technologies, the NC use magnet-powered Gauss weapons that make for hard-hitting guns. Their 2 specialized vehicles are the Vanguard and the Reaver. The Vanguard is a hard-hitting tank that can take massive amounts of damage. The Reaver is a tough and durable fighter, best for close-range dogfighting or ground attacks. If you believe in liberty over tyranny, pick NC. The Terran Republic is the only true military on Araxis, holding true to their values of loyalty until death and strength and unity. The Terrans prefer bullets over lasers, using conventional weapons that have high ammo capacities and high rates of fire. The TR's 2 primary vehicles are the Prowler and the Mosquito. The Prowler is a fast-moving dual-chambered tank capable of intercepting most other vehicles. The Mosquito is the fastest attack craft in the game, catching any opposing vehicle and leaving a wreck in its place. If you're a loyal soldier, pick TR. After selecting your faction, you can pick a server. You really want to do your homework before picking a server, otherwise you might wind up with a terrible experience. After that, you'll be put through a tutorial which will take a few minutes. If you're new to FPSs, I'd highly recommend you go through this. If not, we can skip right on past it. There are 3 maps and counting on each server called continents. Each continent is over 25 million meters in area, containing smaller territories that each faction must fight for in order to capture the continent. Each continent can contain a maximum of 2,000 players at any given moment. 2,000 players per map. Do you know what that's like? Most of the time, all 2,000 of those soldiers will be in one spot, all firing weapons, all doing damage. You won't even be able to take a step out of cover without your face being shattered by a tank round. Or you may not even be able to get that far. You won't even be able to spawn without an aircraft raining hell upon you with rocket pods. But that usually doesn't happen until the peak hours of the game, so don't worry about it. There are 6 different combat classes in Planetside 2. The Light Assault Trooper has a jetpack and can traverse most territory.
The heavy assault trooper is equipped with an overshield and a rocket launcher to better deal with vehicles. The combat medic can heal and revive teammates like the assault class in Battlefield. The combat engineer can repair vehicles and allied structures and can also place ammo packs, turrets, and explosives such as tank mines and proximity mines. The infiltrator is equipped with surveillance equipment and a cloaking device, able to get behind enemy lines and provide information to allied units. The last infantry class is more like a vehicle. Angry Joe put it best when he said the max unit was a beast. Max units are hulking death machines, dual-wielding weapons and being able to fire both anti-infantry and anti-armor weapons at the same time. However, maxes cost resources and will activate a cooldown timer, so use them sparingly. Aside from the Empire-specific vehicles, there are a slew of other vehicles to pick from as well, like the Liberator, the Lightning, or the Harasser. The most important vehicle you'll want to use is the Sunderer. The Sunderer is a troop transport that can be certified to have the SAMS, a Mobile Troop Deployment Module. It allows soldiers to spawn on the vehicle, getting troops to the battle faster as opposed to walking 10 minutes on the previous territory. Obviously this is an FPS, but the game is more complex than that. While short-term battles depend on shooter skill, the metagame at large is all about territorial conquest. Each territory has control consoles, which change faction depending on which faction is in proximity of the console. The faction controlling the most consoles in the area gains influence, which determines who controls the territory. If an opposing faction controls the most consoles long enough, they will gain control of the territory and the facilities within the territory. Now, as you all know, the main currency in this game are certification points, otherwise known as certs. Certs are very important. They can unlock things like armor upgrades, weapons, abilities, and just about everything including the kitchen sink.
However, you can also unlock things using station cash. So yes, this game has microtransactions. However, one perk to buying something with station cash as opposed to certs is that whatever you buy with it is unlocked account-wide. This means if you have one character on one server, it can be unlocked for a different character on a different server, given that if it's a faction weapon, they're both from the same faction. So if I buy a TR gun with station cash, I can't use it on an NC character, but I can use it with another TR character on a different server. So that's pretty cool.
The most important feature in this game is the ability to squad up with your friends. By doing so, you'll be able to use squad waypoints, squad drop beacons, squad chat, and you can also see where your squad mates are on the map, what class they are, and if they are in a vehicle or not. Being able to function with a squad is very important, as the game is built off of working together with other people in your faction to capture territories. The game literally is not playable when you solo, otherwise your faction gets nowhere and you rage quit. To illustrate just how important to you working in a squad is, I'm going to be playing with my friends in the League of Gentlemanly Raiders. Yes, that's our group name. We have a Steam group and everything. It's awesome.
What is up, everybody? I'm Jeroscope, and I'm joined by my friends Hero Warrior Prophet and Skygiant, otherwise known as the Kazda. We are playing on the first day, in the first hour of the Hassan patch. It's the official patch in Planetside 2. As you can see in my mini-map right here, there's a giant tank here. That's all thanks to Angel's Death and Black Widow Company. Very good outfits. Oh, hello.
Surprise!
Right there. Hey, look, it's Yudo. Yudo, introduce yourself. We're currently doing this not as a live stream, but as a video.
Oh, I am Yudo. Invited to Steve speak to my friend here. My friend, directing what you do on. He's a good guy. Very good guy. You are in a restricted
area. That is a restricted area. I need to get the hell out of here. Ow. Wow, that whole thing is a main field. Press grenade out.
Oh god! I don't know how this I'm high on drugs right now!
You can't get in.
I see
I think the spawn is neutral, so it locks you out. I don't know.
What the fuck? Well, we captured the point, didn't we?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It's a new cult.
Shrek, what are you doing?
Alt F?
What are you doing in my swamp?
What are you doing in my swamp?
Of course, since this is a free-to-play MMO, there are going to be content patches which can drastically change the game at some times. Wait, what the f?
The developers patch the game at least twice a month, either to do balance passes or in order to add new content such as the Valkyrie shuttle. During the making of this video, there have been at least 2 important patches to the game. The first one included the merger between Waterson and Matherson servers, and the second one was continent locking and of course the Hassan continent. Waterson and Matherson quite simply had to be merged because both populations were starting to get low and there is only one dominant faction at all times. Continent locking happens either after a capture or after an alert victory, in which the continent completely locks out all other players until another continent has been locked out. And of course the Hassan continent was just featured. Either way, the developers sometimes make mistakes when it comes to these content patches, and it can create problems. I can't really predict what problems you're going to have, but here are a few I've had. Such as this. This.
Are you glad you swapped back to TR?
Yeah. Oh, well, shit. Oh, come on, flip over, flip over. Oh, don't flip, back over. Ah! Oh, no. That was the...
And of course, this.
What? Why am I going to Indar? Why am I going to Indar? Why am I going to Indar? Why am I going to Indar?
Why did you accept?
I didn't accept. I was trying to get on Hassan.
Oh,
Why
they must
the
have you
am
there.
I here? Oh, come!
Insert rage here.
One more issue with the game is that it has very high system requirements. If you try playing this on an older computer, it's going to wind up being a toaster by the end of the day. Aside from those issues, Planetside 2 is very fun, especially when you play it with your friends. It's got great music, it has awesome gameplay, even though the hit detection is client-side, which is a problem for some people. And of course it has awesome visuals, unless you don't have that gaming rig in which you just can't run it. So this game gets a great. It's not exactly awesome, it's almost there, but it hasn't quite impressed me that much. I'm Jeroscope, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Another one. Oh, that was so beautiful. Another one. Okay. Alright, so there's another enemy zone in the nearby